शुभम् अनुमोदे प्रसादेन सुखं तिष्ठन् दुःखिताः संसार दुःख निर्मोक्ष्य मनुमोदे शरीरिणाम् बोधिसत्त्वत्वबुद्धत्वम् अनुमोदे च कायिनाम् चित्तोत्पादसमुद्राश्च सर्वसत्त्वसुखावहान् सर्वसत्त्वहिताधानान् अनुमोदे च शासिनाम् सर्वासु दिक्षु सम्बुद्धान् प्रार्थयामि कृताञ्जलिः धर्मप्रदीपं कुर्वन्तु मोहाद्दुःखप्रपातिनाम् निर्वातु कामांश्च जिनान् याचयामि कृताञ्जलिः कल्पान् अनन्तांस्तिष्ठन्तु मा भूद् अन्धमिदं जगत् एवं सर्वमिदं कृत्वा यन्मया साधितं शुभम् तेन स्यां सर्वसत्त्वानां सर्वदुःखप्रशान्तिकृत् ग्लानानाम् अस्मि भैषज्यं भवेयं वैद्य एव च तदुपस्थाय कश्चैव यावद्रोगा पुनर्भवः चित्पिपासा व्यथां हन्याम् अन्नपानप्रवर्षणैः दुर्भिक्षान्तरकल्पेषु भवेयं पानभोजनम् दरिद्राणां च सत्त्वानां निधिस्यामहमक्षयः नानोपकरणाकारैः उपतिष्ठेयमग्रतः आत्मभावांस्तथा भोगान् सर्वत्रध्वगतं शुभम् निरपेक्षस्त्यजाम्येष सर्वसत्त्वार्थसिद्धये सर्वत्यागश्च निर्वाणं निर्वाणार्थी च मे मनः त्यक्तव्यं चिन्मया सर्वं वरं सत्त्वेषु दीयताम् यश्चासुखीकृतश्चात्मा मयायं सर्वदेहिना घ्नन्तु निन्दन्तु वा नित्यम् आकिरन्तु च पांसुभिः क्रीडन्तु मम कायेन हसन्तु विलसन्तु च दत्तस्तेभ्यो मया कायश्चिन्तया किं ममानया कारयन्तु च कर्माणि यानि तेषां सुखावहम् अनर्थः कस्यचिन्मा भून् मामालम्ब्य कदाचन येषां क्रुद्धा प्रसन्ना वा मामालम्ब्य मतिर्भवेत् तेषां स एव हेतुः स्यान् नित्यं सर्वार्थसिद्धये अभ्याख्यास्यन्ति मां ये चान्येऽप्यपकारिणः उत्प्रासकास्तथान्येऽपि सर्वेश्वरबोधिभागिनः अनाथानामहं नाथः सार्थवाहश्च यायिनां पारेप्सुनां च नौभूतः सेतुः संक्रम एव च दीपार्थिनामहं दीपः शय्यार्थीनामहं दासार्थिनामहं दासो भवेयं सर्वदेहिनाम् चिन्तामणिर्भद्रघटः सिद्धविद्यामहौषधिः भवेयं कल्पवृक्षश्च कामधेनुश्च देहिनाम् पृथिव्यादीनि भूतानि निःशेषाकाशवासिनां सत्त्वानाम् अप्रमेयाणां यथा भोगान्यनेकधा। एवमाकाशनिष्ठस्य सत्त्वधातो अनेकधा भवेयम् उपजीव्योऽहम् यावत् सर्वेण निर्वृतः। यथा गृहीतं सुगतैर्बोधिचित्तं पुरातनैः ते बोधिसत्त्वशिक्षायाम् आनुपूर्व्या यथा स्थिताः तद्वद् उत्पादयाम्येष बोधिचित्तं जगद्धिते तद्वदेव च ता शिक्षा शिक्षिष्यामि यथाक्रमम्। एवं गृहीत्वा मतिमान् बोधिचित्तं प्रसादतः पुनः पुष्टस्य पुष्ट्यर्थं चित्तमेव प्रहर्षये। अद्य मे सफलं जन्म सुलब्धो मानुषो भवः अद्य बुद्धकुले जातो बुद्धपुत्रोऽस्मि साम्प्रतम्। तथाधुना मया कार्यं स्वकुलोचितकारिणां निर्मलस्य कुलस्यास्य कलङ्को न भवेद् यथा। अन्धः संकारकूटेभ्यो यथा रत्नमवाप्नुयात् तथा कथञ्चिदप्येतद् बोधिचित्तं ममोदितम्। जन्ममृत्युविनाशाय जातमेतद् रसायनं जगद्दारिद्र्यशमनं निदानमिदमक्षयम्। जगद्व्याधिप्रशमनं भैषज्यमिदमुत्तमम् भवाध्वभ्रमणश्रान्त जगद्विश्रामपादपः। दुर्गत्युत्तरणे सेतुः सामान्यः सर्वयायिनां जगत्क्लेशोपशमन उदितश्चित्तचन्द्रमः। जगदज्ञानतिमिर प्रोत्सारणमहारविः सद्धर्मक्षीरमथनान् नवनीतं समुत्थितम्। सुखभोगबुभुक्षितस्य वा जनसार्थस्य भवाध्वचारिणः सुखसत्रमिदं ह्युपस्थितं सकलाभ्यागतसत्त्वतर्पणम्। जगदद्य निमन्त्रितं मया सुगतत्वेन सुखेन चान्तरा पुरतः खलु सर्वतायिनाम् अभिनन्दन्तु सुरासुरादयः। अभिनन्दन्तु सुरासुरादयः अभिनन्दन्तु सुरासुरादयः। इति श्री शान्तिदेव विरचिते बोधिचर्यावतारे बोधिचित्तपरिग्रहो नाम तृतीयः परिच्छेदः। ओम्। अथ गुह्येश्वरी स्तोत्रम्। भगवति बहुरूपे निर्विकारे निरञ्जे निमित्तनिखिलरूपे निश्चयातीतरूपे अखिलनिगमपारे नित्यनित्यस्वभावे शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम्। शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम्। हसितमुखशशङ्कं ज्योत्स्नया रात्रिभूतं दशशतकिरणोद्यद् वक्त्रमाध्यन्दिनं ते अरुणवदनशोभा औदयी चास्तकाले शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम् शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम् गलजठरपदेषु स्वर्गमर्त्याहि लोकः सकलभगणदन्ता रोमराजिद्रुमास्ते गिरय इव नितम्बा रक्तशुक्लः समुद्रास् शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम् शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम्
Hey, Kelton, thanks for joining. We'll be getting started here shortly.
श्वास प्रश्वास एव प्रलय प्रभव कालो मीलनोन्मीलनाभ्याम् द्विदशतपनभूता भीमवक्त्रास्त्वदीयास् शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम् शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम् अनुपमतनुदेहं व्यप्यमानं समन्तात् निखिलनिगमसारं दर्शयन् देवि दिव्यम् त्रिभुवनमखिलं ते दर्शितुमेति बुद्धिस् शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम् शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम् विधिमुखविबुधास्ते किङ्करः पादसंस्था मुकुटविधृतबुद्धे सर्वमार्गहि शुद्धे किमु तव महिमानं वर्णये गुह्यदेवि शरणकमलयुग्मं नौमि देवी त्वदीयम्
Hey, Alex, thanks for joining on Zoom.
नौमि देवी त्वदीयम्
I'm having to keep my camera off. It's causing a lag for the YouTube live.
पूजने भक्तिमान्यो नुतिमति वितनोति स्पष्टमेवास्य बुद्धिः सकलजनजनन्य भक्तिसम्पत्तिमुच्चैः करतलवसगास्तः सिद्धिपुष्ट्यौ लभन्ते करतलवसगास्तः सिद्धिपुष्ट्यौ लभन्ते श्रीस्वयंभूपुराणोद्धृतं मञ्जुनाथकृतं गुह्येश्वरी स्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम् ॐ नमो बुद्धाय
All right, everybody, we're going to get started here in just a minute. And for those of you joining us on Zoom, I'm having to keep my camera off. It's causing a little bit of a lag for YouTube Live, so just bear with me there. Maybe we'll do a dual screen. Right. Little YouTube and a little live Zoom. There you go. It's good to see you, I know. Where are we going to be able to get the prayer book? That would be from our website. Let me see if I can find the link real quick. All right. Post that in chat for y'all. And I'm going to post it in chat for YouTube. There you go. All right. Well, good morning. I'm so happy that you're able to join us online here for the Rime Center. A couple of I just want to mention to make the most out of the service, I've put a link to our service in the chat, so that way you can follow it along at home. We're just happy that you're here joining us today. So let's go ahead and just take a moment to get settled in our space, present to where we're at. To do that, we're going to just take a couple deep breaths as we release the breath, letting go of any tension that we're holding in our body and in our mind. All right, let's begin with our refuge vows. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. For immeasurables, may all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness. And may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. May all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness. And may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. May all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness. And may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. For as long as space endures, and for as long as living beings remain, until then may we too abide to dispel the misery of the world. And so for it's our first guided meditation, I want to lead you on a short meditation. Again, let's start by finding a comfortable, stable posture. If you're sitting on a cushion, allow your legs to rest comfortably. If you're sitting in a chair, place both feet flat on the floor, resting your hands either below the navel in the mudra of meditative equipoise, or just simply rest them comfortably in your lap. Let your spine be upright but not rigid, allowing your shoulders to open and relax. Draw your chin slightly inward, letting your mouth and jaw soften and allow your tongue to rest naturally. And keep your eyes gently open with your gaze resting softly in the space in front of you, taking 3 slow, deep breaths. With each exhalation, allow the body to settle a little bit more. And then let go of any tension you might be carrying. And then allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm. There's no need to control the breath, just simply breathe as normal. And now, in the space directly in front of you, about 3 feet away, visualize a clear, luminous moon disk, round, bright, completely unobstructed. Allow your gaze and your attention to rest gently within the moon disk. There's nothing else you need to do at this point. And as you settle, let go of concerns about whether you're meditating correctly. There's nothing you need to actually accomplish. There's nothing you need to manufacture. Whatever is present, just to simply allow it to be present. No need to analyze what arises. No need to create a special meditative experience. You don't need to try to make the mind empty. Just simply allow the mind to rest as it is, relaxed, open, and clear. And gradually allow even the visualization of the moon disk to dissolve, letting it fade naturally into open space. Just simply rest. Allow awareness to remain bright and clear without becoming tight or overly focused. There's no need to hold on to anything, no need to push anything away. Just rest in this natural simplicity of this moment. As it is sometimes said, when our mind is uncontrived, it's at ease. Water, when not stirred, is clear. So just allow the mind to settle like clear water, not by forcing it to become still, but by no longer stirring it. Thoughts will arise, feelings may arise, memories, sensations, sounds, emotions, images, they may also appear. And this isn't a problem. The purpose of this meditation is not to stop the mind's movement, but when something arises, just simply recognize it. A thought's present, a feeling is present, sensation might be present. There's no need to follow it, there's no need to reject it, there's no need to even change it. Just simply recognize what's arisen and just relax. And notice that thoughts appear, remain for a moment, and disappear. Where'd they come from? Where does it remain? And when it disappears, where does it go? And without trying to answer these questions intellectually, just look. When you look directly at the thought, can you find anything solid or fixed? Thoughts appear vividly, yet when examined, nothing substantial can be found, like a reflection in water, a rainbow in the sky, or an image in a dream. They appear without possessing any solid existence of their own. And recognizing this, nothing needs to be removed. Allow the thought to liberate itself and just rest again. And the same is true with strong emotions, attachment, aversion. They may arise. fear, irritation, restlessness, or confusion may arise. There's no need to reject them. There's no need to indulge them, to not become lost in the story surrounding them. And for now, do not try to replace them with something else. Just simply recognize what's arisen, looking directly at the experience itself, looking at its nature, where it is, what can actually be found, and then just relax, letting it be. Allow it to arise and dissolve within awareness without interference. And from time to time, just notice the quality of your meditation. If you've become tense or trying too hard, loosen your attention and relax. If the mind has become dull, sleepy, foggy, just gently brighten your awareness, sitting a little more upright, allowing the gaze to become clearer. We're looking for a balance between relaxation and clarity, not too tight, not too loose, just relaxed but undistracted, open but awake. Supplication to the Buddha. To the Blessed One, the one gone beyond, the fully awakened one, the great physician, the supreme teacher, you came to this earth, and through your own efforts you obtained the awakened state, overcoming all suffering and distress. Through your great compassion, you showed us the path to liberation. You taught us the merit of compassion, wisdom, and equanimity. To you, the glorious teacher, I prostrate. Do not commit any non virtuous actions, perform only perfect, virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Blessed One. Through the merits of these thoughts, words, and actions, may we dedicate this for the benefit of all sentient beings, and like you, O Blessed One, may we and every being attain your supreme awakened state, free from the ocean of suffering. Lord of the Dharma, I prostrate to your omniscient being. Seven limb prayer. Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and mentally transformed. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the merits of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate the merit created by myself and others to the great enlightenment. Mandala offering. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, strangers, my body, wealth, and enjoyments. Without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with the freedom from the three poisons. Idam Guru Ratnam Mandalakam Niyatayami. Supplication to Manjushri. Om, homage to Manjushri, deity whose diamond speech cuts off all suffering, whose clear mind is the embodiment of insight wisdom. Manjushri, protector, free from evil and karmic stains. Your form is vast as the sky. Your mind dwells in the one taste of suchness. Lord of wisdom, I prostrate to your omniscient being. Supplication to Maitreya. Om, Lord Maitreya, benevolent one, golden son of the primordial, emperor of the northern paradise. Around you the stars and spheres course and turn. Within the span of your breath, countless worlds rise and fall. Deity of innumerable names, called or uncalled, you are always present. May the pure heaven of Tashita always arise before us. Supplication to Tara. Om Svasti, long-eyed mother of the Lord of the triple world, mother who gives birth to all the Buddhas of the three times, performing all their functions by the strength of your compassion, by your knowledge of non-duality, by your unwavering power, mother of Maitreya, I pay homage to you. O Lady of great compassion, your smiling face, the delight of beings, your calming eye looks out over the triple world. You spread your seat upon a moon whose essence is the thought of enlightenment. You are adorned with the finest garments and many precious gems. Your gift bestowing right hand grants magical attainment to those who invoke you. Your left hand grasps the lotus flower, symbol of your stainless purity. Your two hands are the union of means and wisdom. Boundless body of union, I pay homage to you. Homage to Tara, at whose lotus feet the gods and non-gods make worship. Homage to Tara, mother of all Buddhas, who heralds freedom from limitations.
Om Tare, Tu Tare, Ture Soha. 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 Om Tare, Ture Soha. Om Tare, Tu 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 Tare, Ture Soha.
Dedication of Tara meditation. By the meritorious energy of my meditation of Tara, the beyond samsara goddess, may all the limitless sentient beings be led by the energy of the enlightened ones until their Buddhahood is achieved. Supplication to Palden Lamo. Soul Mother, Lady victorious over the three worlds, please pay attention here and now. You overpower the whole apparent worlds, samsara and nirvana, by heroically guarding the Dharma and Dharma holders with the four types of actions flashing like lightning. You soar up openly like a full moon in the midst of a garland of powerful Dharma protectors. Powerful Daikini protector, I prostrate your omniscient being. Supplication to Chenrezig. You whose white-colored body is unstained by faults, whose crown is adorned by a fully enlightened Buddha, who gaze upon migrators with eyes of compassion, to you, Chenrezig, I prostrate. Liberating the beings of the six realms. Compelled by negative karma gathered from beginless times, sentient beings through the force of anger are born as hell beings and experience the suffering of heat and cold. May they all be born in your presence, perfect deity. Om Mani Padme Hum. Compelled by negative karma gathered from beginless times, sentient beings through the force of greed are born as hungry ghosts and experience the suffering of hunger and thirst. May they all be born in your perfect realm, the Patala. Om Mani Padme Hum. Compelled by negative karma gathered from beginless times, sentient beings through the force of confusion are born as animals and experience the suffering of dullness and bewilderment. May they all be born in your presence, protector. Om Mani Padme Hum. Compelled by negative karma gathered from beginless times, sentient beings through the force of desire are born as humans and experience the suffering of constant toil and poverty. May they all be born in the supreme pure land of Dewachan. Om Mani Padme Hum. Compelled by negative karma gathered from beginless times, sentient beings through the force of jealousy are born as demigods and experience the suffering of fighting and quarreling. May they all be born in your realm, the Patala. Om Mani Padme Hum. Compelled by negative karma gathered from beginless times, sentient beings through the force of pride are born as gods and experience the suffering of change and falling. May they all be born in your realm, the Patala. Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum.
And it's on the second meditation that we do Tonglen practice to alleviate the sufferings of others. There's so much suffering going on in the world, both man-made and through natural disasters. Dedication of Chenrezig meditation. By this virtue may I quickly become Chenrezig and then lead every being without exception to that ground. Vajrasattva mantra. Om Benza Sato Samaya Manopalaya Benza Sato Tinopa Tridadrido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarwasiti Me Prayatsa Sarwa Karma Susame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarwatata Gata Benza Mame Munza Benzi Bawa Mahasamayam Sato Ahum Pet Om Benza Sato Samaya Mano Palaya Benza Sato Tinopa Trida Trido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Enorakto Mebawa Sawasidi Me Prayatsa Sarwa Karma Susame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarwatata Gata Benza Mame Munza Minzi Bawa Mahasamaya Sato Hum Pet Om Benza Sato Samaya Mano Palaya Benza Sato Tinopa Trida Dredo Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anorakto Mebawa Sawasidi Me Prayata Sarwa Karma Susame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarwatata Gata Benza Mame Munza Benzi Bawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahum Pet
Om Vajrasattva 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 Om Vajra Safa 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 Om Vajra Safa.
And it's this third and final meditation that we just do an open meditation, whether you want to do shamatha, non-dual, or return to your Tonglen meditation. All right. One second, I got a technical issue. Okay. Sorry, I was having a little bit of an echo in my system, so I had to shut a few things off. But all right, let me make sure I know where I'm at. I'm here in Kansas City in my apartment. It's one of those days. Well, before we begin the Dharma talk, I just want to warmly welcome you here today. If this is your first time visiting, whether you're just beginning to explore the Dharma or you're looking for a spiritual home, we truly hope that you think of the Rime Center as part of that meaningful journey for you. Just a reminder that the Rime Center, as we're preparing to relocate to our new home, all of our programs are going to remain online until we move into the new building, which we anticipate will be early September. Following the Sunday service, please join us for a brief online Sangha meetup on Zoom. We'll share the latest updates of the Rime Buddhist Center's building purchase in Northmore, Missouri. We'll discuss what to expect in the coming weeks and answer any questions the Sangha has. But we hope that you'll join us as we continue this exciting transition together. Also, we're looking for people to help the Rime Center move into its new home in Northmore. If you're available to join us at 9 a.m. on Saturday, September 5th, we would love to have you help us unload the storage pods, set up our new space, and practice generosity through service. Afterwards, we will celebrate with pizza together, so please visit our website to RSVP, so that way we have enough pizza for everybody. Also, it's a good opportunity to let us know if you have any food restrictions, like gluten-free pizza or anything like that. For 3 decades, the Rime Center has served as a sanctuary in Kansas City, fostering compassion, wisdom, and a vibrant community. As our Sangha continues to flourish, we are eagerly looking forward to the future, and we warmly invite you to support our 2026 Temple Fund. Our $30,000 goal will secure the new space that accommodates for our growing community and ensures our refuge remains open and welcoming for all. Your generosity is instrumental in helping us preserve and share the Dharma for generations to come. All right, so with that said, let me get my Dharma talk up. And for those of you who are on Zoom, I had to switch the Zoom to my other computer because it was really drawing a lag on the YouTube Live, so I apologize. So I've shared my screen with that system, and hopefully you're hearing everything. So, all right. Today's Dharma talk, I want to begin with a story. This is actually a Jataka tale. I bought a book last week, and it was on different stories and fables and Jataka tales, and I came across this one, and it's quite famous. It's about the banyan deer. So long ago, in a forest kingdom, 2 great herds of deer lived under 2 golden antlered kings. One herd was led by a deer known as the banyan deer, the other by a deer called Branch. Both kings shone with the color of gold, their coats catching the light like polished metal, and both governed with the kind of quiet authority that asks for nothing and yet is followed completely. The human king of that land loved to hunt, and every day he rode out with his court, and his hunting was wasteful. He killed more than his kitchens could use, and the forest lived in a state of constant low fear. Deer scattered at every sound. Fawns were trampled in the panic of the chase. Whole mornings were lost to terror that produced in the end only a handful of carcasses and a great deal of needless death. The banyan deer saw this and did something almost unthinkable. He asked for an audience with the king, and instead of the daily terror of the hunt, he proposed let one deer come forward each day by turns from each herd. One life given deliberately, he said, is better than many lives lost in panic. And the king, who was not cruel so much as thoughtless, found that logically sound. So he agreed, and the hunt stopped, and in their place a rotation began. Each morning, a deer walked from the forest to a clearing where a chopping block stood and offered its life there quietly, without a chase. There was an order to it. No one was hunted. No one was run to exhaustion or wounded and left to suffer. There was only the turn, and when the turn came, you went. It was a hard system, but it was a fair one, and it had already saved far more lives than it took. One day, the lot fell to a doe in Branch's herd, and she was pregnant, close to her time, carrying a fawn that had not yet drawn a single breath of forest air. She went to her king and asked whether her turn might be given to another just until her fawn was born. Not forgiveness, only postponement. Branch heard her out and refused. He was not unmoved, but the order was the order, he told her. If he bent it for her, on what grounds would he ever hold it for the next deer who asked and the one after that? The whole arrangement depended on nobody being an exception. Fairness, he believed, only worked if it worked for everyone the same way. Turned away, the doe did something outside anything the rotation accounted for. She went to the other herd entirely, to the banyan deer, who governed a different community, who owed her nothing, whose own herd rotation had nothing to do with hers. And she told him her condition and her fear. The banyan deer didn't deliberate long, and he told her to go home. He would take her place. The next morning, it was the banyan deer himself who walked into the clearing and laid down on the chopping block. The executioner, recognizing him, would not raise a hand against the one deer under the king's own special protection, and word was sent up at once. The king came himself, astonished, and asked why his golden deer, spared from the rotation by his own decree, the very deer who had designed the whole system, was laying there in the place of the doe from the rival herd. And the banyan deer answered him plainly. The doe was carrying a life that had not yet entered the world, he said, and it was not right that she should be asked to pay the debt of two lives when it was not even her fawn's turn to owe anything at all. Someone had to stand in that gap. There was no one else, so he went. This undid the king. Not only did he spare the banyan deer on the spot, he ended the rotation altogether and the hunting with it in every forest under his rule. What began as one doe's fear, met by one deer's willingness to stand where he didn't have to stand, became safety for every living creature in that kingdom. So why does the banyan deer break the rules? Notice what's actually being weighed here. The rotation was not arbitrary or cruel for its own sake. It had already replaced something worse. It had already saved countless lives by giving death a shape and a schedule and of leaving it to a hunter's whim. Branch was not a villain for holding the line. He's doing what any of us do when we've built a fair system and someone asks us to bend it. He's protecting the system because he knows what happens when a rule bends for one person and then has no grounds left to hold for the next. The Banyan deer doesn't argue with that logic. He doesn't tell the king the rule is wrong. He simply meets a particular life in front of him in a particular condition, carrying a child who has no vote in any of this, and something in him responds before the rule gets a chance to answer. That's the hinge of this whole story. Fairness looks at the pattern, compassion looks at the being standing before it. So when has compassion asked more of us than fairness? And I'd like to sit with this one rather than answer it for you. Fairness is not the enemy here. The story doesn't ask us to distrust it. Fairness builds the rotation in the first place. Fairness is often what keeps a family, a workplace, or a sangha functioning without resentment. But fairness has a blind spot built into its structure. It treats all cases alike, and a pregnant doe on the morning of her turn is not another dissimilar case. She is a specific life at a specific threshold. The Dalai Lama has put the underlying orientation about as simple as it can be put. Our prime purpose in this life is to help others, and if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. Notice that's not a rule with an exceptions carved out for inconvenient cases. It's a starting posture before any calculation of what's owed. So the question isn't, should we abandon fairness? It's narrower and harder than that. Has there been a moment with a child, a coworker, a parent, a stranger, where you knew the fair answer and gave it anyway because it was fair when something in you was already leaning in the other direction? Or a moment where you didn't, where you let the exception stand and it cost you something, maybe time, consistency, your own sense of being even handed, and you did it anyways. Again, I'm not going to try to resolve that for you this morning. I want you to feel the weight of it, the way the banyan deer must have felt it walking into that clearing. And this is where the fable stops being a nice fable and becomes more like an instruction. Bodhicitta is usually translated as the awakened heart mind, the aspiration to attain liberation not for oneself alone, but for the sake of all beings. And it has two faces, traditionally spoken of as relative and as ultimate. Relative bodhicitta is the felt, active compassion, the willingness to place yourself in the gap for another. Ultimate bodhicitta is the wisdom that sees why that gap isn't as solid, isn't as separate as it appears. That self and others aren't fixed, opposed categories we habitually take them to be. And Shantideva names this directly in his 8th chapter of the Bodhicharyavatara in the section on exchanging self and others. Whatever joy there is in this world, he says, all of it comes from desiring the happiness of others. Whatever suffering there is in this world, all of it comes from desiring one's own happiness. And that's not a moral instruction so much as an observation about how the mind actually works. Where they contract and where they open. The banyan deer's act is relative bodhicitta in its plainest form. He is under no obligation to the doe. She is not of his herd. There is no rule requiring anything of him. He acts anyway. And the story is careful to show us that his compassion doesn't ignore reason. He gives the king an explanation any court could accept, and that a life is not yet born should not be asked to pay before it has already arrived. Compassion here isn't sentimentality overriding judgment. It's judgment operating from a wider circle than fairness alone can draw. This is exactly the kind of story the Jataka tradition tells about the Buddha's own past lives, life after life, small enactments of exactly this willingness long before awakening itself. The path isn't one dramatic renunciation. It's built the way the Forest King's mercy was built, one deer, one moment, one choice to stand in a gap that wasn't yours to fill, repeated until it became who you are. So here's what I'd ask of you this week, and maybe myself along with you. Look for one place, just one, where an obligation has already told you what is fair, what's owed, what the rules say, and before you act on it, pause and ask whether compassion, if you actually listen to it, might be asking something different. You don't have to override the rule. You don't have to become reckless with your own limits. Just notice the gap between what's fair and what's kind. The way the banyan deer must have noticed it, standing there with a choice open in front of them. And if you find that gap this week, even once, see if you can let compassion and not mere obligation be what answers. So I hope that this talk has been beneficial to you. This week, may you have compassion, wisdom, gratefulness, and joy. Oh, Zoom link. Yes. Give me 1 second. Sorry, everybody. I just saw the chat. Let's see if I can find it for you. Again, my apologies. My system's running really slow today. Okay. Sorry, I had to get into our band account. And events. All right, YouTube folks. Oh no. One second. I didn't realize the chat only had a character limit to it. Let me. Okay. There's the link and the ID number and passcode. Long life supplication for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you're the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. A flower of faith. Lama of great compassion with kindness to all, you firmly established the Rime tradition through skillful means and wisdom. Mary Tenzin Dawa, who is the embodiment of all the Daikinis, with the sun of wisdom and the moon of compassion, you bring love and joy to everyone you meet. Inspired by your example, I vow to cultivate compassion and wisdom from this moment forward, and in all my future lives, I will strive to embody the Buddha's teachings in every thought, word, and deed. Dedication of merit. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, may it defeat enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, may it defeat enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, may it defeat the enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. Bodhicitta is precious, may it arise from whom it is not arisen. Once arisen, may it not diminish, but ever grow and flourish. All difficulties, without exception, being pacified with harmonious situations like the treasure of the sky, may the teachings and practice of the Rime tradition live long and shine brightly. So thank you all for joining us. We'll take a few minutes and then we'll switch over to the Zoom itself. So again, for those of you who are joining us through YouTube Live, if you'd like to join us for our discussion, go ahead and click on the link in the chat, and that should take you to our Zoom meeting. Okay. So we'll get, like I said, we'll take probably 3 to 5 minute break so people can stretch their legs, and then we'll get started.
अथ पापदेशना नाम द्वितीयः परिच्छेदः। तच्चित्तरत्नग्रहणाय सम्यक् पूजां करोम्येष तथागतानां। सद्धर्मरत्नस्य च निर्मलस्य बुद्धात्मजानां च गुणोदधीनाम्। यावन्ति पुष्पाणि फलानि चैव भैषज्यजातानि च यानि सन्ति। रत्नानि यावन्ति च सन्ति लोके जलानि च स्वच्छमनोरमाणि। महीधरा रत्नमयास्तथान्ये वनप्रदेशश्च विवेकरम्यः। लताः सुपुष्पाभरणोज्ज्वलाश्च द्रुमाश्च ये सत्फलनम्रशाखाः। देवादिलोकेषु च गन्धधूपः कल्पद्रुमारत्नमयाश्च वृक्षः। सरांसि चाम्भोरुहभूषणानि हंसस्वनात्यन्तमनोहराणि। आकृष्टजातानि च सस्यजाता निन्यानि वा पूज्य विभूषणानि। आकाशधातु प्रसरावधीनि सर्वाण्यपि मान्यपरिग्रहाणि। आदाय बुद्ध्या मुनिपुङ्गवेभ्यो निर्यातयाम्येष सपुत्रकेभ्यः। गृह्णन्तु तन्मे वरदीक्षिणीया